In this tutorial, we will provide a high-level overview of how to analyze your requirements against software product capabilities to assure a proper fit. When licensing commercial software, it is very important to match your requirements with the products proposed by the seller and their associated product capabilities. This evaluation process will allow you to arrive at a percentage of product compliance with your requirements. This percentage of product compliance to requirements is also known as product fit. A higher product fit usually results in higher user satisfaction because users quickly perceive how closely the product meets their needs. The closer the fit, the easier it is to use the product. Higher product fit also usually results in lower TCO or total cost of ownership for two related reasons. First, fewer software customizations and workarounds are necessary to meet requirements, as those customizations and workarounds can be very expensive. And second, fewer customizations and workarounds make it easier to maintain the system. Every time the system is patched or upgraded, extra testing is required to make sure all the customizations and workarounds still function. ESI recommends that you use a table similar to the one shown in your request for proposal. Be sure to include directions for the vendor to fill in certain information as part of their response to the RFP. Once the table with the vendor's response is returned and thoroughly reviewed, it should be attached to and made a part of your EULA or End User License Agreement contract. This table should cover these two important items. First, it must capture the products you are licensing and how they align with your requirements. And second, it will tie the products you are licensing to the relevant business process covered by your requirements. The completed table shown is an example used in the commercial industry for commercial off-the-shelf software projects. We will walk through each column. In column A, you will define each of your requirements and assign a tracking number for each one. Column B will identify the relevant business process that requirement falls under. For example, a requirement to download banking data would fall under the business process known as bank account reconciliation. This is important so that you can measure product fit at the requirement level and at the business process level. It also enables you to ask for a warranty from the publisher that their product meets your requirements and can perform all of the functions necessary to complete a particular business process. Since buyers are typically not skilled in defining the detailed requirements of a software solution and may miss some key functions, organizing the functions around business processes helps avoid gaps in requirements. The burden can then be placed on the publisher to represent that their product can perform the full functions of all the listed business processes. For the purposes of measuring product fit and defining product warranty, column C probably has the most important information in the entire table. This column will be completed by the publisher to indicate if their product can meet your requirements. They can respond affirmatively by checking the Yes box, negatively by checking the No box, or non-committally by checking the Other box. If Other is checked, an explanation should be referenced. Publishers usually use this opportunity to explain why their product falls short of a straightforward yes response but does not deserve a no response. Maybe the product meets part of the requirement, or maybe it does something similar to the requirement. These other responses and explanations should be carefully reviewed to understand the degree of fit to the requirement. Column D should clearly identify the product name that will meet the requirement. Column E should define the type of license you are to receive for that particular product. This may be a perpetual license, term license, subscription, or other types of licenses. Also, this is where you would identify the license model, such as named user, concurrent user, or enterprise license. Column F shows the price for 1 unit of each product. G shows the total quantity needed, and H defines the total price, which is calculated by multiplying the unit price by the quantity needed. The seller should complete column I if a third-party product is required to operate the software you are licensing. If third-party products are required, they should be referenced and listed in the contract to include the publisher name, product name, and quantity required. It is not sufficient to simply list the products being licensed in the end-user license agreement. When licensing complex software, it is important to list your requirements as business process functions along with the business process where each function resides. By requiring the publisher to state whether their product meets those requirements or not, you can then measure product fit and tie the warranty to product functionality. This information should be included in the EULA as a contractual obligation of the publisher. Thank you for viewing this tutorial. Please visit the DoD ESI website for more information and other videos in this series.